So guys, the class is now being recorded. Did you see the questions and answers regarding GST that I posted on the official channel? Have you seen?
No, sir, I just glanced through. I did not understand anything.
You did not understand anything. Okay.
Yeah,
Let us.
what you posted.
Yeah. Okay. So you did not understand the purpose of those posts, or you did not
Yeah,
understand the content
purpose, sir.
purpose.
Purpose. What the
Okay.
purpose?
Everyone, please just open the official channel once. Let me just explain the whole purpose, the idea of these things, so that next time when I post, you will be able to utilize them efficiently. Have you opened? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I was going through this Sarkari document, a government PDF Q&A, FAQs on GST. Okay. And that document contained all of these and many other questions also were there. I think that's around 200-page or so document. And the questions, the most interesting ones, I have not yet gone through the whole document. Whatever is the last question, I think what 30, 40 or what, some 30, yeah, 30 or 40 questions I've seen yet. And out of those 30, 40 questions, these 5-7 questions are the most important ones. These are the questions, this kind of content is not there in any of your at least monthly current affairs magazine. Okay, so this content is like the government's answer to the FAQs, and these are the basic things which are related to your syllabus, the most direct, the most important things, and they can be asked as it is directly also, or they can be asked as some kind of inspiration also that will help you to solve whatever has been exactly asked in the question. Okay, so for example, let me take you through the first image. Everyone, please just open the first image. Have you opened? Okay, so the first image is question number 5. Okay, it says, which are the commodities proposed to be kept outside the purview of GST? Right, so there was another question in the same document, are all goods and services taxable under GST? That question also I have posted, and this particular question also I have posted. Very, very important thing, what kind of commodities are included, what are excluded, what is mentioned in the constitution, what is not mentioned, what are permanent, what are temporary kind of things. Okay, all these things can be asked. So wherever it is extremely important, I have highlighted, and the questions where I have not highlighted, you need to go through the entire text. Okay, in certain questions where there is a lot of explanation given, I have just answered, just underlined the main answer, 1 or 2 words, and if you just read the question and that underlined part, you will get the direct answer. If you want explanation, so you have the full answer there, right? So for example, in this question, look at the article. Now, with respect to GST, there are so many constitution articles. Okay, so many constitution articles related to GST. So the first thing that you need to be clear about is what article deals with what aspect of GST. Okay, it's a pretty confusing thing, but it will not be confusing if you write it down on wherever you are making your GST notes. Fine. So just make a list of articles. X article deals with this, Y article deals with this. Just 1 word or 2 words, you will be able to, in your question in prelims, you will be able to better answer those questions. So look at the question number 5. It says Article 366 12A. 12A is not important. Just remember Article 366. Okay, 366 defines GST. Okay, so the definition of GST is given in the Constitution of India. You have the article number also specified here. GST is such an important topic. Directly, the question in prelims can say Article 366 of the Constitution deals with what? A, B, C, D. Okay. It could be like that. Or it could be a multi-statement question, and it could say that the definition of GST as given in Article 366 of the Constitution is XYZ. So UPSC can try to trick you by maybe changing the article. Instead of 366, it will say 266 or something, right? Or 240s, in some 240s it will say, because other articles are in 240s. 279 is one article, I think 246 is another article, right? So something like that you basically can say. So definition of GST is given in article 366. Okay. Then just see what is it accepting, what is the exclusion. So it defines GST as a tax on supply of goods or services or both, except supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Very, very specifically, it is saying that the constitution definition itself is saying GST includes goods and services except for alcoholic liquor for human consumption. The purpose is specified. Okay, UPSC can say that alcoholic liquor is exempt under GST. Only for human consumption it is exempt. Fine. For non-human consumption it may be taxable. Okay, it's very clearly saying here. So alcoholic liquor for human consumption is exempt. Now this is given in the constitution itself. I would encourage you to read article 366 once again, just to make sure that we are understanding it in the correct context. Okay, what I understand from this answer I'm sharing with you, just so that I don't pass on anything, any wrong information inadvertently. Just go through the article 366 also and confirm what I'm saying is correct. Okay, in case what I'm saying is incorrect, please report in the, either you can report in the mentorship group, or you can report in this class itself. Okay, no problem. So article 366 is clearly saying alcoholic liquor for human consumption only is exempt. So alcohol for human consumption is kept out of GST by way of definition of GST in constitution. Fine, it is written very clearly here. Then 5 petroleum products also. So petroleum products, now jet fuel, aviation turbine fuel was in news recently, right? I think 1 or 2 months back, aviation turbine fuel prices were in news. So one aspect that can be asked. So petroleum products, 5 kind of petroleum products also are exempt, and these specific, all these 5 you need to remember. Petroleum crude, motor spirit. Motor spirit is petrol only, normal petrol, which we now fill in installments. Okay, it has become so expensive. So normal petrol is motor spirit. Then you have high speed diesel also. You have natural gas and aviation turbine fuel. This is jet fuel. These are the 5 categories which are exempt but temporarily. Okay, so the GST council is going to take a decision, right? So what I understand is that these 5 are not mentioned as exempt in the constitution article 366. This is what you have to check. Okay, this is my doubt. I did not get the time to check this thing. So what I'll do is, as I go through these important topics, I'll figure these things out. I'll share these things with you, and I'll also tell you what homework to do. Okay, what things to check, so that there is, some things I will be able to contribute, some things you contribute, and overall there will be greater clarity about such important topics. Okay, there are going to be very nuanced questions on important topics like these, which are very frequently in news. So same kind of things I'm going to do for IBC also, that insolvency bankruptcy code. I'll do for important organizations like Shanghai Cooperation Organization, etc. So as we go through these topics in your magazine, right, I'll try to provide you these kind of inputs wherever I can. Okay. So temporarily only these are out, not permanently. And what it seems here is alcohol for human consumption seems to be permanently out of GST. Okay, just check this aspect. Then electricity also is out of GST. Fine. The next, now this particular image contains 3 questions because all 3 are related. So I just put all of them in one image only. So the 6th question said, what will be the status in respect of taxation of the above commodities? The exempt one. Someone's mic, Vivek, please mute your mics. Only when you need to speak, you want to speak, then only unmute and then you speak. So what will be the status in respect of taxation of the above commodities after introduction of GST? So these are exempt, but they are not exempt from taxation. So VAT and central excise will continue on these. Okay. And the next question is, what is the status with respect to tobacco and tobacco products? Fine. Again, subject to GST. Tobacco and tobacco products will be subject to GST. In addition to GST, the central government will have the power to levy central excise duty on these products. Fine. Important nuances can be asked. Roshan, do you now understand? Do you get an idea about how to use these questions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I have a doubt, sir, regarding should I
Yeah, yeah.
make notes like a mains or should I make like a notes like prelims
See,
purpose or main
no,
purpose?
notes
This notes.
notes have to be made when you make notes from the angle of understanding something. Then you make for mains angle, okay, because that is what is going to be asked in mains. Your basic understanding, pros, cons, challenges, way forward, case studies, data, etc. Okay. When you are understanding something, firstly don't make notes until you read a topic 2-3 times. First time just glance through the topic. Don't even get into the details first time. First just glance quickly so that you know what are the various aspects of a topic. Second time you just focus on getting 4-5 important points on each aspect, right? And then third time when you come across, when you read that topic, then you will have some memory of the points which you have read, and then just the main points you have to write on every subtopic that you identify in a given topic. You need to collect only 5 points. Okay, mains will be a combination of many things. If you say that you want to you are studying challenges, just collect 3-4 challenges, 5 challenges, that's it. 5 points under any given subheading is going to help you write any question in mains. Just 5 points. Don't pressurize yourself into remembering so much under one subtopic and nothing under the other. Okay, not like that. Just 5, whatever easiest you can remember. Go by what you understand and whatever is easiest for you. Coming to prelims, what I'm sharing here is not understanding based things. These are factual things, right? So these kind of things I would encourage you to write separately. When you are making notes, make notes separately for mains and prelims. For mains will be understanding based things. Okay. For prelims, keep like very short. I have just shared in Q&A form, right? You can make your own flowcharts or whatever, very quick, for quick revision purpose. You need these points. So don't write excessively. Whatever you can just remember, only that much that you need to remember so that you can recall it quickly, only that much you need to write, right? So when we take oral tests, these things are going to we are going to keep on going through these things. So that will not be a problem. I'll make sure that you are reading all these things multiple times. But when you make notes, minimum you have to write. Don't focus on writing too much, otherwise it is going to become a burden. ठीक है, वजन उतना ही उठाना है which is required, not more than that. So guys, I'm not going through all the questions, but a few of them. Just see the next image also, that this is more theoretical, more understanding based question. It says, why was the constitution amended in the context of GST? What was the need to amend the constitution? So here we can expect a theoretical question, an understanding based question, a question which deals with financial resource distribution, taxation distribution, right? What are the principles? What are the changes that are happening? So this is the reason why the answer is given. You need to read the whole answer. It's simple. Just read it. You'll understand it in one go only, right? And then in one statement only, you can write the main this thing. Or even if you don't write, these are things which you will be able to answer. Once you read something, it will stick in your mind. Nothing to remember here. There's not data. There's not information. Just concept. Okay. So these are the so this is the second kind of question, right? Similarly, I've got other questions also. Come to the import export question number 21 and 22. Okay, just open that image. So the import, I've just highlighted the single answer to it. Okay, the question. So first 21 question says, how will imports be taxed under GST? That is IGST is the answer. So imports are taxed as IGST. Okay, and how will exports be treated? no tax. There is no tax on exports. No tax doesn't mean like completely tax free. Here it is saying that there can be two ways. One is refund also. It will be taxed and then it will be refunded to the exporter. Okay, so but overall the net result will be zero tax, no tax. Okay, so exports are not taxed, imports are taxed at IGST rate. That's it. ठीक है, यही क्वेश्चन पूछेगा. If you want to go through the details, you are welcome, but otherwise I've just highlighted the answer. Okay. Dispute resolution mechanism under any, whatever you are studying, dispute resolution and appellate mechanism, whether the result, the order is binding or not, all these 2-3 things are important. So I've highlighted what to do. I mean, what is the dispute mechanism? Then what is anti-profiteering measures? Just go through it. It's a meaning-based question. Then essential commodities. Okay, what kind of commodities are taxable? Here it is clearly written, the commodities which are meant for business, earning profit. Okay, those kind of commodities. So if an NGO is giving something or producing something, it will not be taxable. Okay, if some business enterprise is doing, then it will be taxable. The answer is written here. Okay, then you have, can any person other than the supplier or the recipient, that is the seller or the buyer, be liable to pay GST? Yes, e-commerce companies also are liable. Okay, Amazon, Flipkart, etc., they are liable. Is it necessary for UN bodies also? Anything dealing with United Nations? Important. Okay, so is it necessary for UN bodies to get registration under GST? Yes. If you want to go through the details, just go through the details. Okay, so that is, these are a few of the questions which I found in the initial few pages of that PDF document. As I find more questions, I will keep sharing it here. So these kind of uh, pieces of information I'll share in the official channel. It is your duty to integrate it in your preparation. Okay, I will be sharing this kind of information based on the topics we do in your Vision magazine. Fine. Yeah, so that is it for this aspect.